$24.5 million. Just you on your own. Plus, no one stay paranoid. When does it start? Let's just take it.
How's it going, Suz40? How are you doing? I'm just trying to get everything situated right now because I'm streaming both on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So, technology is a beautiful thing. Uh-oh. Go back. Alright, so we should be live. Boom! Okay. So we are officially live, you guys, on both YouTube and Twitch. It's going to make it a little difficult to obviously see the YouTube comments if they come in, but Twitch comments I am going to be able to see because it's coming off my phone. Any YouTube comments I'll probably have to go to the YouTube site really quickly to take a look at them, but let's do this. Let's stream for a little bit. Like I mentioned, this is going to be the local to global. It's all going to be live and it's all going to be streamed. No recorded stuff, so you're going to be able to literally see everything, even all the you know, skipping all the loading and things like that. So ideally, I'd prefer you chat on Twitch just so I could be able to see your chat. But I mean, if you want to chat via YouTube, that's okay too. I'll just probably take a little bit longer to get to it. And so for anybody not who didn't get to see me on Twitch earlier today, we actually set up our first couple of fight cards, and we went through 2 of them. And the first one we lost a bit of money, but the second one we actually were in the black, so we made about $14,000 in profit. And so because of that, I got a little excited. I kind of started signing a bunch more fighters. So we are looking pretty good from here on out. And with that, I'm pretty excited. All right. Hello to anyone who is watching, whether it's on YouTube or whether it is on Twitch. Like I mentioned, I'm streaming on both right now, so hope you guys are enjoying. The production value is getting there, guys. Learning a little bit more about how to do this thing on my laptop. I'm still trying to find a way to muster up the money to get a gaming PC. That's ideal. But for now, this setup should do just fine. It's worked for me anyways. RBM, hello. I figured out how to stream on YouTube as well. So I'm not 100% sure if everything's showing up, like the overlays and stuff like that. Let me actually go check that out. It looks like it is, actually. Chat is visible, everything else is visible, and we are live on YouTube. Wow. Technology is incredible, isn't it? What a time to be alive. But yeah, I'm sure the last thing you guys all wanted to see was all this loading and advancing, but at least there's a little bit of cute music in the background to keep people entertained. Okay, but hello once again. Yeah, this is the longest that we're probably going to go with skipping a bunch, just because once we get to our next fight card, we're going to be running weekly fight cards, so it's literally just going to be skipping, by 7 days instead of 14, 20 days like I'm having to do right now. It's also going to help once we get a little bit of Monet, so we can sign some more fighters, get everything going. Going month by month takes forever. It sure does. And I have a pretty fast laptop. My laptop's a Lenovo Yoga 920, i7 processor. I think it's like 256 gigs of SSD, which is pretty fast. Obviously, it could be better. That's why I'm looking into getting a gaming PC, obviously. And once I get that, it's game over. But until then, this will make do. And I mean, loading times are pretty quick. And like, as if you're only going like 1 or 2 days, it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, month by month, it takes a while. The only thing is, on those old mods, they only have like 2 or 3 or 4 companies, so they sim a lot quicker. So I'm thinking about maybe doing something with an old mod as well. This one, and then my UFC one, which I'm probably going to record, not do live, but actually record later on. Yeah, that UFC save, I'm 100% balls deep in at this point. I'm like 22 episodes in right now on that UFC save. Just finished the pay-per-view Cormier versus Miocic 3. If you remember Cormier, if anyone has seen that pay-per-view, if not, spoilers, but Daniel Cormier has regained the heavyweight championship, beat Stipe Miocic literally the exact same way he won the first time, in the clinch. Big right elbow to the face. 2009 mod. So, yeah, so not the 2009 mod. I'm talking about like the 1993 mod, like right at the very beginning of MMA. I know there's a mod like that somewhere out there that I'd be interested to take a look at. Maybe I'd run Pride or maybe early UFC. Because with that, there's not as many fighters, obviously, and there's nowhere near as many companies, so the loading times are a lot quicker. Yeah, so if you're watching on YouTube, the chat that you're going to be seeing on your screen is actually from Twitch. So from time to time, I'll kind of take a little bit of time to go take a look at what you guys are saying on YouTube. Like Sus40, I can see that you're in here and in the chat. Appreciate you as always. Okay. So we are here at Saturday week 3. Why did we stop here? Unless it's for someone who got injured. Yep, Adam Kessler injury, SRFC 7. Everything else looks to be just fine. Yeah, it's literally just that. So SRFC 7. Need to go take a look at that in the flyweight division. And it looks like we don't have anybody for him. So that fight we're going to move to 10 because we can't have it on right now, and then we'll just move from 1 from 10 over to 7. So this Austin Lyons fight, hopefully he'll do it. He wants an extra 600. He wants an extra 600. That's fine. Decent main event. Strong main event. Nice. Okay. Friend is doing a solo series with that mod with a local to global format, but it would be cool to see a UFC series with that mod. Yeah, who's your friend? Your friend wouldn't happen to be Minimum Wage Gaming, would it? Because I love Minimum Wage Gaming. I watch his stuff all the time. Good content creator. I'd love to get the chance to work with him one of these days. Alright, so we are currently about a week away from our next fight card. What do recommended hires suggest for us? Oh boy, that took a little bit to load. Mark Hunt, Tyler. So like Chase Sherman wouldn't be bad. 1,200. He's already got a fight book though. Tyler East. 1,200. He's got a fight booked. So we kind of just gotta. No, I don't have connections like that. My friend is named Eric Johnson from the Brig Wrestling. Okay, it's all good. You know, that's how you do it around here. You got to make connections, whether they're small or whether they're big. But I'm sure your boy Eric has been doing this a lot longer than I have. About to hit 7 p.m. here in Arizona. Hope you guys are enjoying your afternoon. 6 people watching on YouTube. Hi. Don't be afraid to join the chat, whether you're on YouTube or whether you are on Twitch. Tommy Ford, how you doing? Just signed on to Twitch to watch my first stream of yours. I'm glad you did. Happy to see you, bro. How's your Monday afternoon going? Rama? Yes, I think you're talking about his name's like Smileno Rama, right? Friend only got into the game a few years ago when I sort of introduced him to the game. Well, the game only came out a couple years ago. It came out like early 2018. And I've literally been playing it since day one. That's why I have a pretty good handle on the game. I'm not going to go ahead and say that I'm like the best player in the world or anything like that, but I know my way around the game. But damn it if these loading screens aren't pissing me off a little bit. Bellator's running a show. I actually went to a Bellator show in January. I went to the Cyborg versus Bud card that was in California. I went with my buddy Will, who lives in Irvine. Went over to the Inglewood Forum, saw the fights there. It was a lot of fun. The only thing that not that it sucked, but it was kind of annoying because when I go to live events, I enjoy feeling like part of the action, immersed and all that kind of stuff. But we were sat right behind like the media stuff, like where they set up all of their monitors and things like that to like run the graphics and like do all the broadcast production stuff, which is cool. Don't get me wrong, that's my major, sports broadcast. But as far as live event experience, it's in the corner of my eye the entire time, so it's low-key a little annoying. So it didn't put a damper on like me enjoying the fights or anything like that, but it was just a little annoying, especially after going to a UFC pay-per-view in Vegas, and the production and live event experience is like way better. You know what I mean? God, I can't wait. I can't wait for sports to like come back. Like, it's killing me. Like, you take that shit for granted. Like when you don't want to go to like a live sports event, or like you don't really think about it, or when you like don't even think about sports in general, like you forget the score of a game or something like that. But now that we can't, have access to it, now that we can't go to that game and everything, you were gonna fly out for UFC 249. That's tough. I mean, when I was in Vegas for UFC 248, me and my buddy, we got offered to go to Brooklyn with these other guys that were there at the show to go see the Khabib and Tony fight. Now, obviously, it didn't happen, but I was seriously considering it, because Khabib's one of my favorite fighters, and that fight would have been incredible. It sucks that it went down the way that it did. Yeah, nothing you can really do. But I mean, they're talking about bringing a fight card over here to Arizona, but the thing is, there's not really a point to it to get excited about it anyways, because there's not going to be any fans. Like, you can't go to the fights. They're just going to have it here because the state is like opening up and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, the moment we're allowed to go to sports games, sports, happenings, I'm there. Because I mean, Arizona's just now starting to open up, restaurants, cafes, things like that. The malls are kind of starting to open up. But soon, sports are going to have to open up. Baseball was supposed to have started already. I mean, the German Bundesliga just started up, like redoing it. But I think 2 players from Dynamo Dresden tested positive. And so because of that, everyone's like, well, is this really the right thing to do at this point? I don't know. All I know is I can't wait till I can go to a UFC fight card again. All right. On YouTube, James Freeman, what is up? Captain K. Beck. That's why you prefer doing local to global with the global verse Sims faster. I'm sure it does. Because there's probably less companies to worry about, less fighters to worry about, and also it's just streamlined for, the game. You know what I mean? Like the basic the database that it comes with is it's gonna sim faster, obviously. But I've never used the Globalverse. I've never used like the default database. I just can't get into it. But I'll tell you what, it's a good thing they're not going to have any fans for UFC 250, because that card looks weak. Absolutely weak right now. The main event is Amanda Nunes, which is great. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure Amanda Nunes could hold a card up on her own, but her fighting for the featherweight title against Felicia Spencer, in my opinion, is not a main event caliber, fight. They need something, at least something, Give us something. To make us spend $60 on that, it's ridiculous. We're not spending $60 on that. Especially when we already have to pay $10 a month for ESPN Plus just for the opportunity to buy the pay-per-view. It's ridiculous. We're not going to buy that pay-per-view. especially when about 2 weeks after the fact you can watch it for free on ESPN Plus, anyways. And also considering the fact that that fight is basically a foregone conclusion that Nunes is probably going to win. Now, Tommy Ford, did you say you literally just signed up for Twitch just so you could watch this stream, or did you just sign into Twitch just to watch my stream for the first time? And where in the UK are you from? Those real life mods are so deep, but yet raging to play because of loading time, even with a good machine. So Captain Quebec, yeah, the first week, for sure, like the first couple months are pretty tough. But then after everyone is basically like signed up, because the real problem is just like the first couple of months, everyone's trying to like sign fighters and and get fight cards going. But after like the first couple of months, it speeds up a little bit, like the loading times and stuff. And that's become evident in my UFC save. You guys obviously don't have to see that because I just straight up sim to the fight cards and then record. But it does matter. Like once those last couple months or those first couple months are done with, the speed is a lot better. And I'm sure that'll be the case in this save as well. It's just it hasn't happened yet. And we're about 3 days away now from our fight card, which ultimately doesn't really matter, to be honest, because this is a local to global, so none of these fighters are particularly popular or anything like that. We don't have any, big superstars by any means, but it's all about making that money. You got to make some money. Get a little bit more popular, maybe get a little bit of money from the gate. And as long as we're not paying up the ass for all of our fighters, we should be just fine. All right, Tommy, you have a good rest of your nights. 3 a.m. Yeah, I'm sure you're pretty tired. Have a good rest of your night, buddy. Perverts cause Club Penguin shutdown. That's not good. That's not the kind of headline you want to see. Cornflakes, what's up? Who's the best fighter pound for pound? In this game, Habib. He hasn't been scheduled for a fight yet or anything like that, but it is undoubtedly Habib. If you're talking real life, it's still Habib. Either Habib or John Jones. Thing is, John Jones has been like narrowly winning his fights, and you can argue that he lost that fight against Dominic Reyes. So Habib has just been decimating, dominating everyone he's fought. So definitely Habib. All right, we are ready to go with SRFC 3, and okay, looks like everything else here is okay. So what's going on? Okay, that's weird. So all these have 8 fights. 8 fights, 8 fights, 8 fights. Tonight's has 8 fights. Our next fight card is going to be the one with the tournament. Fedor versus Rampage when the fight first went down. I mean, it's an exciting thought. The last Fedor fight that I watched live was when he got knocked out by Bader in like a minute. That was depressing to watch. I mean, Bader's a really good fighter, but I'm not going to give him all the credit in the world for beating up on a Fedor who's definitely on the downturn of his career. But I mean, Fedor has been a legend for so long, man. You got to give him all the credit. But yeah, Bader knocking him out with that little ducking left hook, you know, to win the title. Was it to win the title, or was it a semifinal? I'm not 100% sure. Okay. Decent main event? Sure. Benjamin Giddens. It's not looking very good for him, considering that guy's a lot more experience. That was when he became 2-division champ, yeah. Jared Vanderraa. Kessler. Decent main event, huh? One more fight for 10 to be done with. Oh boy. Any women? That's kind of a shitty question to ask. Are there any women out here? She just lost. Christina Marks, let's get on the card. Megan Colley. She just lost. She's out for 1 day, so we can go ahead and schedule her. Oh, that's right. Let me set up the women's lightweight division, because we might not be able to use our women from that because of it. So now we need to find anyone who's unassigned. Yep. Fedor's still pretty good, but his chin is awful. And that was to win the title, yeah. So we now have a women's lightweight division, huh? How about that? Want to talk about some thick girls? The good kind of thick? Got ourselves a lightweight division. Potential main event. Decent main event. Decent main event. Okay, so that'll stay there. And so let's go ahead and skip over. Alright, it's week 4 of July. On Friday in Arizona. You already know. And then we'll move these fights over there. Remember, a lot of this game is just like this little micromanaging stuff, but it's a ton of fun to me. Okay, so now we have 2 more fights to book on here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that one. 2-0. Oh, she's 3-7, not 0-0, but oh well. Nah, she doesn't need to fight again just yet. We still got, like, yeah, these lightweights. This says it'll be a strong main event. More than likely because they've already fought. Luis Gomez, is that strong or decent? Okay. Oh, whoopsies. Oh, complete. Oh, how's it going, Gluttony? I'm just now seeing the YouTube chat for the first time in a little bit. I'm doing a sim where I follow the career of fighters I created, and the first year the sim took forever, but now I'm in the second half, and it didn't take that long. Nancy is thick. I didn't even know you could... Yeah, okay. So, Gluttony, let me show you what I mean. Alright. So, if you are in your, like, fight screen, like, right here, like, you're booking fights, if you go over to, like, the far right, this reschedule button, if you click that, you can reschedule it to be on any card. So, the reason I'm like taking a lot of time in doing this is because these fighters are all they're all on standard contracts. Now, what that means is, if they have contracts with other companies, they can get booked by those companies to fight for them instead of us. Ideally, I would want anyone that is signed with me to fight for me. You know what I mean? So, what that means is I have to keep tabs on when they're available to fight for me, and I have to keep tabs on like when they're like unavailable. You know what I mean? But that also means that when they are available to fight for me, I basically have to just keep adding shows, just to like have them on placeholder cards. You know what I mean? So it's basically like me saying like, oh, you're gonna fight on this card. I just don't know who you're gonna fight against. And the reason I do that is so that way, like this one right here, all these to be announced fights, it's because I want to make sure that they fight for me instead of the other companies that they're signed with. But I don't have an opponent for them. And then once I get more opponents that come in that are available to fight, then I can schedule them to be against these, fighters. It's I do it so that way I make sure that I'm the only company that they're fighting for, which is shitty because the other companies aren't getting to use them. But it's just smart because, I'd rather them fight for me rather than the other companies. Alright, so only 8 fights per fight card for the time being. And what was I doing? Right. Or what was I doing, actually? Yeah, because we have 8 fights there already. full camp, quick camp. Okay, so we'll do that since he's on a full camp. Gigliotti, he can wait. This says it'd be a decent main event. Medical suspension, that's fine. This is to be a strong main event. Like to see that. Oh, it's a teammate. Never mind. Okay, that'd be another strong main event. Kind of a betting disaster, but it's a strong main event, so we're gonna go ahead and do it anyways. Okay, want to make sure we get Tim Welch with us. No. And then now we can go ahead and see if we can get something from a Claude later on. Okay, so now we're at fight night. And so we're going to go ahead and do our fight card. And then following that, we're going to skip ahead probably a couple of days and see if there's any other fights that we can schedule. Because, I mean, we have... Today's 3, and we have all the way up until 10, like, booked. Which is good for us. And our next fight card is going to have that lightweight Grand Prix for our lightweight championship. Alright. Let me just make sure that... on Facebook, broadcast team, Brian Lacey and myself. Alright, I don't think there's really anything else that we need to do here. Finances. So we only have $5,000, so we're going to have to make some kind of money on this show. So let's go ahead and get started. And it's going to go through all the like more popular shows before it gets to us. Okay, now we're here. Show's taking place in Arizona at Shadowbridge High School inside the gymnasium. No prelims. Oh, hold on. You guys, I royally messed up. I really messed up. Oh my god. Wow. So I really effed up. I left 10 prelims on this card when I'm only supposed to have 8 fights on every card. We're going to lose a lot of money because of that little mess up. And I'm semi-debating just restarting the game because of it. Alright, give me a second, guys. Wow, okay. Okay. My computer was telling me that WMMA 5 was still going on. Like it was still running. Should be okay to launch now. Okay, cool. Now the only downside is I'm gonna have to redo basically everything that I just did. That's okay. That's okay, because I'd rather that than have to deal with all the money that we were about to lose. Okay. That's fine. So now this is the problem. We have all these prelims. And I don't need them. Okay. So I can't reschedule these fights, but I can cancel them. So I'm going to have to do it. Okay. That sucks because they were like in game. They're expecting that they're gonna fight on that night, and I'm basically like, yeah, I made a mistake. You're not fighting tonight. So that's tough, but it is what it is. Okay, let me make sure the other ones don't have a lot of prelims on them. Okay, so like this one does too. Okay, this one also has prelims on it. It's very bad. Don't do that. I'm just straight up gonna delete all these fights. It's either that or I run the risk of losing like a shit ton of money. And I'd rather not do that, so. Okay. Okay. So I can basically set up like the next like 4 months of fight cards right now if I wanted to. Sure. Whew, it's a lot of flyweights. Any other 0-0 guys? No, but this guy's gives you a pretty even fight. Okay, I'm just gonna set up all these fight cards so that way they're all kosher. Hell, I might do two fight cards a week for some of these. Might double dip, and do like Friday, Saturday, like on this weekend. So when is that? Friday, week 3. So Saturday, week 3 of July. Just start hosting two shows a weekend. I really should do it on Sunday, to be honest, though. Just because I'm going to be competing with some of the big boys. So Sunday, week 2 of July. And it'll be called SRFC 9.5. Okay. I can worry about like the ordering of the fights later. I just want to make sure that they're even and that there's 8 of them on every card. Okay, so 2 more for this one. Okay, so that's 8 on that one. So that one has 8 now. Let me just go ahead and make sure that every card has 8 fights and no prelims. Okay. Alright, so now week 4, Friday of July. I want these fights to be as evenly matched as possible. I know I can't always make it super evenly matched, but anything under like 300 will do. Like that one's a little rough. But it'll have to do just because they need fights. Alright, 2 more. Any division with 2 in there? Nope. Alright, now 13 will be on that Sunday, week 4, July. Yes, sir. We're running 2 fight cards a weekend. Get the Christina Marks on that show. Get Megan Colley on that show. 0-3, but hey, why not? He's still out injured. Alright, so that's everyone that we basically need to book. So now we have everything taken care of. So SRFC3 is ready to go. Live on Facebook. Let's get it going. No prelims. Let's make sure that's, well, we can't change this the way that they're arranged now, so let's just go ahead and do it. Yeah, Gluttony, I am doing the 10-point system. Sunday Mayhem, yeah. And this is 100% banking on the idea that we're going to be making money on these shows. So if we don't, like, we're fucked, essentially. But here we go, SRFC3. No prelims. All good to go this time. Took us a while to get here, but we're here. And here we go. Christine Stanley taking on Josie Stortz. And Josie Skull Crusher Stortz wins via unanimous decision. Visibly delighted, she's happy she won her debut. Terry Devaney taking on Jake the Honey Bear Hune. And Jake the Honey Bear Hune defeats Terry Devaney via knockout in round number 1. Look at him. That's an All-American. That's the kind of guy we can build a company behind. You love to see it. He's glad he's fighting for Shadow Ridge Fighting Championships. So am I. Lorenzo the Dream Killer Hood taking on Manny Bam Bam Lara. I'm going to go for the Dream Killer. He looks scary. He loses. 218 in round number 1 gets TKO'd. You can take that back to the hood. Manny Lara, happy to be here. Rob Caveman Jackson taking on Dingo Charles Brown. How can you go against the Dingo? How can you go against the Dingo? Dingo Charles Brown with the TKO. He's happy to be at SRFC. Alex Nicholson taking on Alton the Bowman Cunningham. Weird nickname. Nicholson's got a nice beard. My guess is he'll win simply because of it. And he does. It was the beard. Unanimous decision. And he's happy to be here. Chase Walden going up against Kalen Hill. This guy's from Puerto Rico. Technically not the USA, but... Well, technically it is the USA, but... Quite a ways away from Arizona. Chase Walden is favored. And he loses. Unanimous decision. Decent fight. And Hill's happy to be here. Co-main event up next. Kenny Spotwood takes on Bryce Ratanico. 4-5 versus 3-3. Exactly what you would expect to see in the co-main event. And Bryce Ratanico wins. 5-5. We're at 500, boys. And he's happy to be here. Nothing else to say. Time for the main event of the evening. Chitty Bang Bang and Joe Kwani takes on Elias Urbina. Elias Urbina, despite having 4 fights only to Enjo Kwani's 26, is the favorite fighter. Also, no fight team. And as expected, he loses because he does not have the experience necessary. The Muay Thai getting him TKO in round number 2. Enjo Kwani wins. And he is also happy to be here. A lot of people happy to be here. 189 people in attendance in Arizona, filling out the Shadow Ridge Gymnasium. 77 critical rating, 32 commercial rating. Show was broadcast on Facebook. Broadcast team was myself and Brian Lacey. Popularity increased in the USA by 2.5%. Increased in Australia a little bit, but decreased everywhere else. Interesting. As long as we're increasing in USA, that's all I really care about. Fight of the night goes to Enjo Kwani and Urbina. Performance bonuses going to Lara and Jake Hune for getting those stoppages. Congratulations to them. We made a profit of $15,000. Let's go, boys. We can keep this going. We'll see. We'll see a little bit of money. You know, we'll get a little bit of money, and we could care less about our popularity. You love to see it. How long have we been live for? About a good hour or so. I think we'll go ahead and skip ahead to our next fight card, do that one, and then call it a day. I'm going to take a quick swig of my water. Thank you once again to everyone who's watching. Happy to be able to bring you this live stream of the local to global save. Of course, it'll be uploaded to YouTube after the fact. We'll update our rankings even though it doesn't really matter, and we'll check our emails before we go ahead and skip forward even more. All right. So they're doing Cejudo versus Moraes. Let's take a look at the UFC. They've scheduled quite a bit of shows. Do they already have any that have happened? They did Usman versus Edwards. And Usman won. Pantoja versus Figueiredo for the flyweight title, and Pantoja won. Uzumir versus Teixeira. Damian Maia beat Wonderboy Thompson. Max Holloway beat Korean Zombie. Court McGee beat Sawada. They had Dominic Reyes fight someone who's unranked. They had Hermanson fight someone that's unranked. These are all really weird matchmaking decisions. They put that card. That's okay. I'm not even going to talk about the AI. Cejudo versus Moraes. They're doing Conor McGregor and Tony Ferguson on TV. In the co-main event. Do you have any idea how badly that pisses me off as someone who plays this game a lot? Conor McGregor and Tony Ferguson in the co-main event on TV. I need to take a break. That's literally going to piss me off for the next, like, day or so. Okay. The AR cards are wild. They must not like money. Well, sucks for them because we're coming for them. Broadcast reminder, 4 shows remaining on the contract with Facebook. All that's fine. Facebook, would you like to extend the contract? Thank you. Any more heavyweights? No. Welterweights? No. All right. Saturday, week 1 of June. Here we come. Some more loading for you guys. Conor is a prelim fighter for sure. No, but the absolute audacity. Imagine Conor, though, in that situation. Imagine him going up to Dana like, oh, Dana, I'm ready to fight again. I'm ready to get out there. I'm ready to spark somebody live. I'm ready to do it for the big money. Let's do it. And then Dana's like, we got it. Conor, this is what we're going to do, okay? Big money fight. Tony Ferguson, you've been calling for the fight. We're going to do it. Are you ready? Oh, Dana, I'm ready to fuck him up. He's going to get a spark. He's going to get a right hand from me, a left hand from me. It's going to be amazing. The people are going to love it. We're going to make millions. Now, hold on there, Conor. We're going to do a pro gamer move, and we're going to put this card on TV for everyone to see for free. And not only that, Conor, but you're going to be in the co-main event. How do you like that? Oh, Dana, I think that's a really fucking stupid idea. But let's do it. That's how that conversation went down. Because they're going to have to pay him a lot of money. Because I dealt with Conor. I know how much he makes. That was my shitty Conor McGregor impersonation. If you guys want to hear more of my fighter impersonations, I'm sure they'll come up as it lends itself to me. I put on the Be Back Shortly card because I'm sure you guys don't want to see all the loading screens. If Dana did that to Conor, Dana would get a brick. he'd get a dolly through a bus window, yeah, for sure. But Dana would put it in the fine print. Like he'd be like, Connor, pay-per-view, you're the main event, golden. Oh, Danny, you know, that's a good idea. Me and Tony Ferguson, we're going to put on a show. It's going to be amazing. And then Connor shows up for fight night. He's like, Dana, what the fuck is Henry Cejudo doing here? What's your favorite Ultimate Fighter season? The one with Cody Garbrandt, where him and Connor got into it. That was my favorite season. The one where he goes, oh, look at the little snake in the grass when TJ Dillashaw walks up and everything. That was my favorite season. That's the season that Cody Garbrandt became a meme with the whole, oh, with the boys, you know, all that kind of stuff. Ultimate Fighter is always fun. But the thing is, with Tuesday Night Contender Series, they really don't need... Not that they don't need Ultimate Fighter, because it's good TV. But they really don't need it. Because the whole point of Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series, it's live fights that everyone gets to watch. So it's a little bit more enjoyable in that aspect. And then, like, straight after the fights, Dana goes, yep, you're hired. Opposed to, you know, having to go through 3 months of a season of reality TV on the off chance that you get a contract. And then half the people that end up on The Ultimate Fighter end up getting contracts anyway, so what's the point? Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm sure when that whole Dolly bullcrap happened, Dana was like furious at first, but in the back of his mind, he's like, this is great, you know? Fuming at the mouth, but in the back of his mind, he's like, this is the best thing that could have happened to us. And that one YouTube series they did. What YouTube series are you talking about? Are you talking about, like, Embedded, where they showed all the crap that was happening? By the way, I don't know, is 1 a.m. Do you show up on Twitch? And if so, what's your name on Twitch? Just so I know, like, how to, like, identify you. Because Gluttony, I think you show up on Twitch, right? What's your name on Twitch? And yeah, looking for a fight's also pretty cool, but the fighters that they find there are like super regional fighters who aren't ready for the UFC yet. Same as your YouTube name? Okay. Yeah, after this next fight card, I'm probably going to... Well, I mean, I don't know, because maybe I might... No, I'm just going to go record. I'm going to record just so everyone doesn't have to look at the loading screens and stuff. I'm going to record a bunch of the fight cards from the UFC save. Okay, gotcha. ID Kim board? Okay, gotcha. Oh, I don't know, I'm bored. Gotcha. By the way, Gluttony, I know you were talking about trying to set up streaming yourself, right? Weren't you trying to get that going? And then were you able to figure out like the mod and the picture pack and all that other stuff? All right, that's good.
I can't believe we nightly waste all we given. But honestly, you've gotta know that this ain't living. But we could run from Elysium and let it burn, let it burn.
A new Bellator save? That'd be pretty cool.
You've gotta know nothing lasts forever.
So you're kind of just trying to take Bellator from the number 2/3 organization to just make them, better than UFC essentially. That's tough because that's kind of it's different from a local to global because you're kind of already in a situation where you have some pretty good guys already. You just have to take advantage of them, and then whenever guys from the UFC become available, try to pick them apart. Try to take them away from UFC. Either that or build your own homegrown talent that ends up being good and make sure that you keep a hold of them. That's another important part. Boy, I feel a big sneeze coming. Ugh, I hate that. Ugh. When like a sneeze is like stuck, you know what I mean? Like, and you can't get it out. So you just end up feeling a little congested, but you don't actually sneeze. You're not ready to do a local to global save. It takes a lot of patience. That's the only thing. It takes a lot of patience, and it's very it's very tedious. Like all the stuff that I'm doing right now, like it's necessary. But now that we're making a little bit more money, we're gonna be running weekly shows, and then I don't know if you saw earlier, but I actually set it up to where I'm running 2 shows a weekend, and I don't think I'll be able to do that forever. But every now and again, running 2 shows a weekend, that's something that I'll definitely be able to do. All right, cool. So here we are on Friday, new decisions, negotiations with Facebook, another 6 shows with Yes. Let's see. Gabrielle Holloway got booked. That's okay. Let's go ahead and take a look and see if we can get anybody else booked for these other shows. All right. So, any heavyweights that are available now? Dan Charles. All right. Cool. Tommy Jones. Can we find an opponent for you? Not just yet. All right, Christina Marks. Do we have an opponent for you? No. Megan Colley. Anybody for you? No. Andrew Holbrook, anybody for you? Yes, sir. Says this will be a strong main event. All right. Gigliotti, not back yet. Mike Joy, find something for him to do on this card. Get something for Sanchez to do. Not him yet. Alright, so that's about it right now. Alright. So it's the tournament. We have ourselves a... Grand Prix tournament featuring 8 lightweight fighters. And the winner of this Grand Prix is going to walk home with the first ever title here in SRFC. It's going to be for the Shadow Ridge Fighting Championships Lightweight Championship. All right. On Facebook. Everything's good to go. I like running tournaments. Yeah, it's always interesting. I'd rather do it over a period of time, you know? But it is what it is. So, SRFC 4, the tournament. Let's get it going. Wait, hold on. Is it even fight night? It might not have been fight night. Well, let me look at something on the stream. Oh, it's on Saturday. That's why. Okay, so it's not fight night, so we still have to advance one day. So yeah, just a little bit more of a wait. Can't believe I psyched myself out like that. It happens. I psyched myself out like that. Okay, now we're at Fight Night. There you can see SRFC4, the tournament weigh-ins. Every fighter made weight successfully. That's awesome. No real notable emails to look at. Let's check once again. Anybody at welterweight? No. You got to keep tabs on this stuff, otherwise you're gonna lose out on your fighters. They're gonna fight for other promotions. See, like this guy right here, he'd be way outmatched. Yeah, Roberto's too strong. He's pretty good. He's a ranked flyweight in the world, so it's going to be hard to find him opponents that are, you know, any good. Alright, so let's go ahead and set up, that was the week 4 of July, so now it's going to be the week 1 of August, Friday. Now we can get Jake Liotti on there. He'll be over his injury. Keep feeding him weak fighters, make him a better name. I mean, that's an idea, but it's not my MO. Not my MO. Alright, so this guy can finally get in there. Did he get injured? He did. So this one, we'll just go ahead and move to 13. And then we'll move this Dawkins fight to 12. Alright. So this is all set up. Let's go ahead and, while we're here, set up the fight card for 5. Just so the main event is the right one. Decent main event. Decent main event. Potential 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 main event. And potential main event. Alright, so that's right. Let's see. The level regional. Yeah, I'll make this. Ooh, no. Okay, yeah, that's fine the way it is. Okay. Alright, so we're all good to go. Doing a pride save. Yes, I have thought about doing a pride save. That would involve me doing an older mod, though. I mean, I could always just, like, bring back pride, you know? Like, literally just bring back pride. Like, just reopen the company and pretend that UFC, you know, didn't notice. Because they own pride, technically. Alright. So, Shadow Ridge Fighting Championships proudly presents SRFC4, the tournament. Somebody's got to win 3 fights in one night to become the lightweight champion. And then immediately after this, I'm going to record some more of the UFC save. All right, SRFC for the tournament. Show taking place in Arizona, more specifically the Shadow Ridge High School Gymnasium. Let's go ahead and get it started. All right, first main fight of the night, Brett Martinez takes on Andrew Ozzy Osborne. A semi-final spot in the lightweight championship Grand Prix up for grabs. Not the best record on any of them, to be honest. I'm going to go ahead and pit Brett Martinez, and he loses to Andrew Ozzy Osborne. All right, up next, Thomas Gifford takes on Josh Tyler. Remember, Thomas Gifford got destroyed in the UFC, like ridiculously destroyed. And he loses. Oh, actually, he wins. He beats Josh Tyler via split decision and advances to the semifinals. All right, third quarterfinal features Jacob Rosales taking on Ignacio Nacho Bahamondes. And Jacob Lil Badger Rosales wins. 24 years of age. Might be someone we can build behind if he ends up winning. Moving on, Josh LaBerge goes up against Dave the Pain Train Mazzani. Both 36 years of age. Ozzy gonna win it all? Yeah, with a shitty record like that, that'd be pretty whack. Josh LaBerge wins via TKO in round number 3. Alright. Alright, the only non-tournament fight of the afternoon. Julio Gallegos takes on Rex T-Rex Harris. And Julio Gallegos wins via split decision in a poor fight. And he would like to fight Impa Kasangane. Alright, up next is the first semi-final. It's your boy, Andrew Ozzy Osborne, taking on Thomas the Young Lion Gifford. And Thomas Gifford is heavily favored in this matchup. And he loses! That's there you go. Andrew Ozzy Osborne wins via TKO in round 2. Alright, Osborne gonna fight for the title. Co-main event is up next. Jacob Lil Badger Rosales takes on Josh LaBerge. It looks like Rosales is favored by just a little bit. I mean, not to say that I want him to win, but this kid's 24 years old, out of California. I'd rather he wins, and then I'd rather he beats Osborne, because we could build this kid. We could give him some cans to beat, to build him up a little bit. But that's all if he wins right here, and he does. Okay. So Jacob Lil Badger Rosales beats Josh LaBerge via unanimous decision. Okay. So now it's time for the main event of the evening. Andrew Ozzy Osborne taking on Jacob Lil Badger Rosales. And it's the tournament final, and it's for the Shadow Ridge Fighting Championship, Lightweight Championship of the world. Now, Rosales is favored, and I'd rather he win. Let's take a look and see what's his marketability is weak. What about Osborne? Marketability is average. I'd still rather Rosales wins, just because we could build him up, because he's young, you know? Let's go ahead and get it started. Rosales. My boy Osborne just trying to smash him into submission. Osborne's gassed. Rosales is exhausted. These guys have fought 3 times already. Let's go Badger. Yeah, Lil Badger. What a nickname, huh? Halfway through the first. Remember, this is 5 rounds. These guys have already fought twice. And now they got to go 5 rounds somehow. This is probably going to end up being a really shitty fight if it goes the distance. Alright, Rosales takes round number 1. Going for a takedown, it looks like. Both of these guys are exhausted. Uh-oh, takedown. And he gets it. Osborne pulls guard. Passes to half guard. Uh-oh, Rosales may have broken his hand. Rosales may have broken his hand on that takedown attempt. Knee strike to the ribs. Pulls the clinch tighter. Takedown attempt. He gets it. Rosales another takedown. Gets to half guard. That's round number 3. Rosales has won all 3 of these rounds. It'd be funny if Ozzy... Uh-oh, takedown attempt right out of the gate, and he gets it. Unloads with some elbows, but he's not really doing any damage per se, but he's pointing his way to a victory here. A drunk guy will jump into the cage and knock out Ozzy. Rosales with an arm triangle. He fights it off. Uh-oh. End of round number 4, and Rosales wins all 4 rounds. Can Osborne pull off the upset? He needs a finish here in round 5. Takedown attempts. He gets it. Three minutes left to go. Osborne is running out of time. Fight is over. Stop the timer. All right, so it looks like Rosales won fairly easily, but we'll go ahead and here's AZ Plow 21, your announcer, with the final decision. Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 excruciating, shitty rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges scored this contest 50-45 for your winner by unanimous decision and new SRFC lightweight champion of the world, Jacob Lil Badger Rosales. The fight was rated as good, despite them being tired the entire fight. Okay. Well, congratulations to Jacob Rosales, 24-year-old kid winning the title. Celebrates tournament victory, says he'll use this momentum going forward. Well, he broke his hand, so we'll see just how much he can go forward. Get out of the cage. Ooh, me? Are you talking about me or Rosales? Don't be disrespectful. Fight was rated. Yeah, I thought it was going to be rated like poorly because they were like super tired. Wow, Rosales won all 3 of his fights via decision. That's wild. 259 people in attendance. That gym is getting packed. We made a gate of 17,000. Let's go. Popularity increased everywhere. It's looking good, boys. It's looking good. All right, let's go ahead and see what we want to do. All right, fight of the night. We'll go to Rosales versus Osborne. Performance of the night. It's funny. I can give performance of the night bonuses to like the same guy a couple times. So Rosales will get a performance bonus. Ozzy needs a rematch. He got 50-45s. You don't get a rematch after that. We'll give one to Osborne. And we'll give one to LaBerge too. All right. So there we go. We made a profit of $16,000. No offense, but your champ can't throw a punch without breaking his hand. Yeah, that's tough.
Don't try this yourself. It's extremely dangerous.
All right, we'll go and update our rankings, take a look at our emails, and then I'll go ahead and like switch over to the UFC save. But yeah, he got him. He took him down, and then he was throwing some elbows, throwing some hammer fists, and he broke his hand. So Osborne must have a head of steel. Literally, just his head just broke broke Rosales' hand.
Oh, you make me wanna talk back to you. Say it like that. If I hate you, then find someone new. Baby, but you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like a pill. You like a don't let me sleep. Never say sorry. Oh, maybe I'll leave. Baby, but you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like a pill. You like a
Ozzy's record is disgusting, but he'll become the lightweight champion soon. I mean, we'll see. All right. Let's go ahead and update our rankings. And a lot of these guys haven't even had their first fight yet. Brandon Cash, did he just win? No. Kevin Casey, did he fight? No. Impa Kasangane? No. And Joe Kwani is available to be booked again. Oh, we still need to wait on his drug test results. But he's mid-level regional now. That's awesome. All right, there we have it. Our lightweight champion of SRFC, Jacob Rosales. And he's now mid-level regional. That's wild that it has literally all three of those fights on there. All right, Jacob Rosales. So we need to find someone for him to fight next. He's gonna be out for 4 months. Uh-oh. So we get a champion. The first thing he does is decide that he can't fight for another 4 months. 6 months, actually. Jeez. Well, we might end up having to do a interim title. Yeah, oof indeed. Alright, take a look at the emails. Yep. Rosales did, in fact, break his hand. He's out for 6 months. And there's our champion, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. Champ knows Ozzy's after him, so he's ducking him. Yeah, exactly. Where did Ozzy end up in the rankings? Osborne ended up number 19. Rough. Another Ozzy is the number 2 guy. Okay. Alright, so I think that's going to just about do it. The next time that I stream this, it'll be for SRFC 5. And that might just be later on today, to be honest. Because I'm going to record some of the UFC content and then upload that to YouTube. But I'm digging this, so I might just keep on playing this a little bit later. So I'll talk to you guys later. AZPlow21 is the channel name. I thank you guys as always. Be sure to like and subscribe. Be sure to follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. Be sure to click on the little bell down below so you guys get notifications whenever my videos are available to be seen. I thank you guys for joining me, and I hope that you guys have a great day. Stay tuned. UFC content is coming up.